Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Powell Press. It is Memorial Day weekend. This is our first Powell Press since being back at home in Palm Beach County in the district. I am State Senator Bobby Powell Jr. representing Senate District 24 in Palm Beach County. I've got so much important information to share with you. We've come back to the district. We hit the ground running. And as such, I want to give you an update on the things that we've done since we've been back in the district, and also what has happened with our legislation in Tallahassee since we've been back as well. The governor has signed some bills. Some of them are ours, and some of them may not be so good. Let's jump right into it right now. On May 6th, the 16th annual My Teacher, My Hero Awards was held at the Palm Beach County Convention Center. Now, this awards gala took place honoring educators, entrepreneurs, and advocates from across Palm Beach County. Now, the speaker for this event was Miss Cheryl Lee Ralph. You may know her from Abbott Elementary, but I remember her from Moesha, the TV show that was a hit in the early, the mid to late 90s with Brandy. What an amazing job she did when she presented as her keynote at the My Teacher, My Hero Awards. Also, I had the opportunity to present to Miss Dr. Emma Banks, a tribute showing all of the work that she's done in education over the years. Thank you, Dr. Banks, for putting on the great My Teacher, My Hero Awards, and thank you all for watching. Now, on May 9th, I had the wonderful opportunity to give a legislative update to the town of Lake Clark Shores. I, in conjunction with Representative David Silvers, got the opportunity to let those individuals, or those council people, as well as the audience members know some of the things that were going on in Tallahassee and the issues that directly impacted the town of Lake Clark Shores. Now, May 12th was Travel Rally Day with the Palm Beaches. Held at the Loggerhead Marine Life Center, this event hosted key industry representatives from the travel and tourism community to celebrate Travel Rally Day. And on that same day, the Urban League of Palm Beach County held its 50th annual anniversary of the Equal Opportunity Awards Day Gala. This was an amazing event that was held on Friday night with the Urban League. The performance by Kenny Lattimore highlighted the end of the night, but it was such an amazing setting to see a group that's been dedicated to creating social and economic equality in Black communities and brown communities across this nation. This gala celebrated the 50 years of service and highlighted the leadership of all past leaders, especially the current leader who's been there for almost 3 decades, Mr. Patrick Franklin. Thank you for all that you do for the Urban Leagues, and thank you for all that you do for Palm Beach County. May 16th was another opportunity to give a legislative update to the town of Mangonia Park. Now, during this update, I had the opportunity to share with the council members at Mangonia Park my committee assignments, the bills that I introduced, the legislation that was helpful to Mangonia Park, the amount of funding that was in the budget for Mangonia Park, and major issues that were impacting or will impact this community. I'm so glad that we had the opportunity. I want to thank Mayor Albury for the opportunity to present to the council and the commissioners. I'm looking forward to our continued work together. Again, for the town of Mangonia Park, we got money in the budget for a road construction project, as well as $250,000 in the budget for the Addie Green Park. Go Mangonia Park. On May 17th was COBRA, the Coalition of Boynton Beach West Residential Associations, had a legislative update. I, along with many of my colleagues, had the opportunity to sit on a panel to talk about the legislative session and to get ideas from the audience. Later that day was CUES, which is the Florida Atlantic University Center for Urban and Environmental Solutions. It was a wonderful opportunity to talk about planning in the discipline of urban planning, which I'm a part of as an AICP certified planner. I got the opportunity to see many of my colleagues who I had not seen in a long time, and an opportunity to speak to the crowd about the legislative session and its role in the world of planning, as well as to thank FAU and CUES for their continued work. Thank you, Dr. Vinny, for allowing me that opportunity to speak. Thank you, Florida Atlantic University, for your continued work in the community. May 18th was a very, very busy day for us here in the district. That day was the day that Leadership Palm Beach County held its annual legislative update. Boy, did we get that started quickly. Myself, along with Senator Tina Polsky, Representative Mike Caruso, Senator Gail Harrell, and Representative Gervonta Edmonds presented to Leadership Palm Beach County. I started off the responses to the questions by highlighting some of the controversial issues that we dealt with in session, and we highlighted that event by talking about some of the things that were helpful to Palm Beach County. Once again, thank you to Leadership Palm Beach County for always inviting us to do a legislative update, as well as to the sponsors of that particular event, including Politicom and Chick-fil-A. On May 18th, we also had Haitian Flag Day. On Haitian Flag Day, we had the opportunity, myself and my staff, we went to Riviera Beach to celebrate Haitian Flag Day. We were invited by the Chief of Police, Chief Mike Coleman, the new Chief of Police in Riviera Beach, and Officer Nordain Charisma. It was amazing. The food was amazing. The fellowship was amazing. But above all, the opportunity to recognize and highlight Haitian Heritage Month by celebrating Haitian Flag Day was truly an inspiration. Also, we had an opportunity to do a community meeting in Century Village to discuss what happened during the 2023 legislative session. I want to thank the residents of Century Village for allowing us an opportunity for another legislative update to update you about what's going on in Tallahassee and your community. That night was the Australian Avenue Drainage Project review. This was led by County Commissioner District 7, Mac Bernard. I had the opportunity to attend and also to give my thoughts and input as a planner on how this road should be designed. Not only as a planner, but also as the state senator for that particular district, as well as a resident here in West Palm Beach. Thank you, Commissioner Bernard, for listening to the residents. On May 19th, I had the opportunity to attend the Chamber of the Palm Beach's legislative breakfast, and it was also the same day that the Malcolm Cunningham Bar Association had a legislative update with myself and Representative Gervonta Edmonds in the afternoon to update the members of the Cunningham Bar on issues that directly impact the legal community in that happened in Tallahassee that are now here in the state of Florida. On May 24th was the Palm Beach County League of Cities annual installation gala. And on that particular day, what a wonderful day it was. We had an opportunity to network and mingle with a lot of the local officials from the area, as well as to see Dr. Julie Botel become the next president of the Palm Beach County League of Cities. She is a councilwoman from the city of Riviera Beach. Congratulations, we look forward to your leadership. But we also heard from outgoing President, Mr. Lawrence Gordon. Thank you to you all. Thank you to the Palm Beach County League of Cities continuing to fight for home rule. On that same day was the Big Brothers and Big Sisters Award ceremony. Congratulations to the Palm Beach County Big Brothers and Big Sisters for a job well done. Now, to the governor's signing. Now, I will tell you that I've been excited since we've come from session. The governor has signed at least 3 pieces of legislation that I sponsored. One was the Historic Cemeteries Bill. It allows for abandoned and historic African American cemeteries to be located, as well as to identify individuals who have ancestors there and those relatives to be notified that there's a cemetery found that's located. It also adds funding in the budget to do so. This is in the Department of Historic Resources, and it also allows for this to be a part of study at the University of South Florida. I'm excited to have worked with Representative Leader Ventures Driscoll to get this done, as well as the previous leadership of former Senator Arthenia Joyner. Now, if that wasn't enough, a few weeks ago, which I believe was on May 12th, we also had the governor sign our historic bill related to African American museums, a task force designed to determine where and how an African American museum in the state of Florida should be funded, where it should be located, and the ability for it to be self-sustaining and serve the community, much like the National Museum in Washington, D.C. We're excited because this is the initiation phase of what will be a great asset to the state of Florida. But wait, there is more. huge legislation that was signed by the governor. Myself and State Representative Gervonta Edmonds worked together for surplus lands. Now that's Florida Department of Transportation. Any surplus lands that they have, once they purchase it for road construction projects, and they've used the land they need, they have excess land that they can usually sell back or give it to municipalities for a public purpose. Well, this year, we passed legislation to make affordable housing a public purpose. That's huge for many of our municipalities because FDOT owns a lot of land which now can be used for affordable housing. And what is the number one way to increase wealth? You got it. Home ownership. And I'm so excited that myself and Representative Edmonds worked together to get this legislation passed. Now, we must also recognize Assistant City Manager and Attorney Liz McBride for bringing up the idea and working with us as we work with FDOT on this enormous piece of legislation. I'm so excited that this was passed. I'm excited about the future here in Palm Beach County in the state of Florida with this legislation. But wait, with the good legislation, there also comes some legislation that was not so favorable. Of course, the immigration law that puts a lot of restrictions on individuals who are not documented here in the state of Florida, including the ability for those individuals to visit hospitals. That will have to be documented by hospital staff. Individuals who may have people who they don't know are undocumented could be charged with a crime if those people are riding with them. There's a lot of things that happen in this law. A bipartisan group stood in front of the courthouse to ask the governor not to sign this legislation. However, in Tallahassee, the vote was Democrats all voted against it, Republicans voted for it, and we will see the backlash from that pretty soon. We would talk about abortion, but the 6-week abortion ban was signed while we were already in Tallahassee. Now, the governor did sign another bill, the elections law, that, amongst other things, clarifies and provides a pathway for the governor to run for president. He signed that into law as well. That was not so favorable as a piece of legislation. And also, the governor has announced that he is running for president. Now, I'm glad to be back in Palm Beach County. You will see me all over the place because we are hitting the ground running. Myself and my team are all over the place because we're working on your behalf. A life of service is a life that counts. I want to thank you all for following us during the legislative session. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking, and thank you for commenting on our videos. We're going to ask that you continue to do that. Like, share, subscribe, comment. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're on Twitter. And a life of service is a life that counts. This is Bobby Powell, State Senator District 24. This is the Powell Press, and we will see you on our next edition of the Powell Press. Thanks, and see you real soon.